Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Division 1 of the Masters Championship Racing, here for round number 12 at what seems to be a very dismal Hungary. I am joined in the commentary box today by our Division 2 driver of, as you would know him as Dartbolt, but Jordan, as we're going to refer to him now.
Hello. How's everyone doing?
Well, I'm doing great. We'll see how these drivers do in this very technical track, especially for if you want to get any overtakes. But as the drivers' shoes starting to set their out laps, I'm going to leave Jordan to let you run through the current championship order.
Right, so in first place with quite a gap to second place is Calsper, 202 points. Got Dan Sinclair in second on 106, Perkin third on 82, Matt in fourth on 50, and then Bobby in fifth on 48. Just go through the top three as constructors. Williams in first on 240, Ferrari second on 107, and then McLaren 1 point behind on 106.
Yeah, so from lots of things, Kalsper is starting to run away with this championship. Out of the previous 11 races before this, he's won 6 and only failed to not finish inside the top 4 twice and get 3 podiums in second place as well. So he is the driver to beat at the moment, but he does have a quali ban for this Grand Prix after I think it was a bit of blocking in qualifying last week in Germany, so he will be starting at the back of the grid as he retires. It's going to be a very difficult race for him, starting at the back, because we saw in Division 2 it's very difficult for drivers to overtake. There was a lot of drivers getting held up and stuck behind, and there was just not many overtakes, but it was good battling to see between the drivers on Friday, as RWT has retired as well.
Oh yeah, he had a quali ban as well.
Yeah, he must have had a quali ban. Yeah, he's had a quali ban as well.
He had one for Germany, but wasn't there.
So he wasn't there, so it carried through. So yeah. Who would you think would be the guy we're looking for to set that pace for pole position?
From what I've been hearing, I'd say Dobby.
Ooh, yeah.
And he's committing to the ultras too.
Yeah, he's just set the quickest at the moment, a 1:16.4. We should be looking at the mid 1:15s, I would hope, as it's very easy to get some. So quite a fast flowing track, but there are some corners that you can make a mistake at, especially the very tricky turn 4 with a fast left-hander, where a lot of drivers can invalidate their lap times, but most of the drivers, as we can see, are setting their times on a set of softs.
Yeah, and what's interesting too about techniques lap is it's only, what, 5 tenths off a Dobby?
Yeah, so probably not the best lap for Dobby. He's gone for another one. He's very low on fuel, so we'll keep on board with him. Can he get any quicker as he comes to the second sector split?
Oh, and McLaren.
Oh, he's already passed. Yeah, he's 4 tenths up on in the second sector, so he will be improving. But does he have enough fuel to make it across the line? He doesn't. No. He doesn't indeed. So he has to bail out into the pits. Darren, who currently sits second in the championship, is 4 tenths up in the first sector. He's 1.3 seconds up in the second sector. Yeah, so he's flying at the moment. We did do a 1:19.2 as a banker lap. In the McLaren, doing justice for the solo McLaren on track at the moment. So we're just going to keep on board with Darren. Rounds the final corner, and it's a short run up to the line. 60, he does improve, 63. And he goes second, just 2.5 tenths shy of Perpetuum on pole at the moment. Still quite a few drivers not set their times yet. Kevin Portugal, Kerrison, should I say. Yeah, he goes pole on the ultra softs, 2 laps on those as well. So he'll be wanting to pit and get a fresh set. And
Oh, Perptune, what are you doing?
what is he doing? Did he run wide?
He's just cut the whole of the chicane.
Oh, probably rushing to get back to the pits or something. Yeah, he probably is. He's got low fuel. Yeah, we'll see if any drivers are on a lap. Sergeant Sway has just started his. We'll keep on board with him in that Pink Force India. He did have a great battle with his teammate last time out in Germany, so hopefully the two boys in pink can follow suit, and they both finished in the points as well, so see if they can follow suit and get another great result for Racing Point Force India.
Yeah, they've been on good form actually, especially recently, like Graham. Consistently in the points. Sway as well.
Yeah, he ran a little.
As well.
Yeah, he ran a little bit wide coming into the third sector, but I'm not too sure whether it invalidated his lap time. Very wide on the exit of turn.
He's now starting his lap.
12. So it's not going to be one of the quickest, I don't think. I don't think it'll be up there with the best. Very wide on the exit, probably and it does go the slowest of the times that have been set. 4/10 slower than his teammate as well.
And I've been informed that there's some rain.
Oh, that'd put a spanner in the works. As you can see, yeah, drivers are coming out on the ultras. So is this rain for the quali or is this rain for the race? I assume the race.
For race, I've heard. Or
so
from I think.
if it's a wet start, then you want to be pumping lap times on the ultras. But if it starts dry, or if it's dry enough to start, if it starts raining a little bit but it's dry enough for dries, and then it switches to the intermediates, then the ultras could be an okay tyre to start on, but it's just all about when that pit window is for your first pit stop.
And judging by some of these laps, don't know if any of people checked about that. Obviously ballast plays a big role in oversteering. You don't want high ballast in wet weather. So.
Oh yeah, I tried that once and it just didn't go well. I think I loaded the setup and it had like 10 ballast. Tried it was just sliding everywhere. Switched it down to 7 and it was fine. So yeah, if you're running a high ballast setup in the wet, you need to be very careful.
As learning the wheel was retired from the session as well.
Yeah, will be starting at the back.
15-4.
Yeah, great lap from him. As I did mention, we've been looking at times in the mid 15s. Could be quicker and quicker, maybe even scrape into the 14s if anyone's on the pace. Yeah, there's a load of drivers still not set a time, including, well, I say loads, there's 3 drivers not set a time as Weiberg, Portugal and Alonso. Alonso out on the softs, which is very interesting. He's just coming around the final couple of corners. He bails into the pits. And nearly on the grass there. Kevin Portugal, I think he's about to start a lap. He is indeed. It's not set time yet. Weiberg is 2/10 up in the first sector.
He's coming to, what turn is it? Turn 12, and then you got turn 13 as well.
Yeah, and then up to the final corner. Does he improve? Round the final corner, keep it nice and tight,
it should
and then
be a low 15.
14. Oh, it's a
14.6.
That is an unbelievable lap time.
What? Carl as well, 14.5.
Yeah, so that's a phenomenal pace from the McLaren. It's a whole like 8/10 quicker than the car behind of Kyle. So some people are going to have to push unbelievably.
Down
to
15.0.
Yeah, he's improved as well. So still 4/10 behind that fantastic lap time from Perpetuum. See if we can catch someone coming to an end of their lap.
Kevin coming through sector 2 split now.
Yeah,
He's
we're right on
5
board
seconds up on his lap.
Yeah, we'll keep on board with Kev in the Haas. He's got a Force India right behind him now. Oh, contact! Wait, what? That's desync then. What is on my...
Yeah, that's decent.
That is really bad desync. What is going on there? Sway's building himself up for a lap. Graham as well. Matt Tibos is on a flyer. He's 7:10. No, he's not. He's on a build-up lap, but he's low on fuel, so he's on an out lap. Weiberg's not on a lap. I think Dobby is.
Dobby on a lap?
I think he is. Yeah, he's got hot lap. Is now into medium as he comes through this little chicane. Tries not to take too much curve. Yeah, don't want to hop over those curves. You just lose traction. Now coming up towards the second sector split. How much quicker is he in this middle sector? It didn't tell me. Thank you. Thanks for that, Codemasters.
I think that might be invalid.
Yeah, it could be because it flashed up with the first sector split, so it could be invalidated. He might bail into the pits as well because he's running very low on fuel. He continues his lap.
A warning.
It would have been
15-1.
It would have been a 15-1. Oh, it is a 15-1, should I say? And it puts him third at the moment. Weiberg is running very wide to let drivers through.
Yeah, he's coming
in. Graham is on a lap, so we'll stick on board with Graham. He's currently set in 9th, ahead of his teammate as he comes up towards the final corner. Can he improve?
That looks like a 16.
Yeah. 16-1 from Graham.
It's pitted.
There's still enough time for drivers to get another lap in. I think all these other drivers that are out at the moment are on in laps, so we'll keep an eye out for the first couple of drivers that will come out. We might see drivers leaving it until as late as maybe 2.5 minutes to get out to set the final laps.
Check the stream chat. Oh,
yeah.
We've got TMC Barry or Barry Aluminum chat now. I need to check out my voice on share. I completely forgot.
I hope so. Otherwise I've been talking to myself.
Yeah, I have.
That's alright then. Otherwise it'd have been gone really bad and no one would have known the constructors or drivers championship or anything. But yeah. Graham now falls into the pits. We have Kyle, Technique Gaming, Kirsten, Kev and Kevin already out on their out laps, going quite early but probably just want to avoid
Kyle
any traffic.
Is the first one.
Oh, it is Kyle, yeah. He's coming up to the penultimate corner.
I'm pretty sure he said earlier he hadn't done any practice for this, so
yeah, we'll ride on board with Kyle as the first guy.
Is he no ERS?
He's swerving. Yeah, he's got no DRS, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, his DRS must be broken.
He might have been validated. No, I say might have been validated coming out of the final corner, but that would have been for the previous lap. So I'm not too sure. He might have had
Technique.
He might have had a DRS failure. So yeah, so we'll ride on board with Technique coming through the first sector. You keep an eye on board of other drivers as they come towards the end of the lap. See if they make any mistakes. See if they improve on their times.
Like Kev is the first one actually, and he's just ran wide coming out of turn 4.
He's very wide of 5 as well. And now through the chicane, takes it nicely. We've got a Ferrari right behind him as well. That'll be Weiberg. We'll see what his second sector split time is.
I'll just check if that got invalidated.
I think it might be invalidated because it's just popped up again with the...
it's showing its improvement, so...
It might be my Delta then that's
the
not
race
showing it.
director.
So yeah, we'll keep on board as he comes up to the final corner. Nice on the power early. Doesn't run wide across the line.
16-0.
Doesn't
But it wasn't an
improve.
improvement. So technique.
Yep, he's improved up to 4th. Dobby's about to start a flyer now. He's got his DRS working. Yeah, he's in sector 2. See if we can get anybody else coming through. We have Weiberg coming through this the end of the first sector. Does he improve on his first sector split? It doesn't say. It might be. A 16.5 isn't that quick. Sergeant Sway.
Alonso pushing the limits.
He's coming through the final. He's validated his lap time. He's coming very slowly. F1 Alonso coming up to the coming up to the final sector. A couple of corners. And the final corner.
Lap by Alonso.
Yeah, it does indeed. It doesn't go over the white line. Across the line of 14.9. So it gets him up to 2nd. But no one is knocking that fantastic lap time. I think Dobby improved, or was it Kyle improved up to 4th.
Dobby is just starting a lap.
Yeah, he's got to start another one. It's not going well for him. Kevin's in. Kersin is starting a lap. Weiberg, I believe, is starting a lap again. Graham is on a lap as well. So a lot of drivers on laps.
Matt's
Matt,
on a lap too.
Yeah.
But he's got Kev in front of him as well, so that's probably not going to help him at all.
Matt did improve, I just saw, but it must have been an invalidated lap time because it showed a 1:15, but he hasn't improved as Kevin Portugal's failed to he's crossed the finish line first. We're going to keep on board with our current pole sitter as he rounds the final corner.
Does he
improve? He does improve. 1:14.4. So he was knocked off for literally seconds.
And it's an improvement, not enough because it's invalid. Carl aborted.
Yeah, Carl's aborted. Dobby's 2 tenths up. Yeah.
12, and then got 12A, which is a bit weird. Still 13. And towards the penultimate corner, he comes.
We'll see if Dobby improves. Across the line, where did he go? It's a 14.7. Yeah, so very good from Dobby. I think that, yeah, and there is our grid.
It'll be interesting to see if it's wet the entire race. And if anyone is willing, if it is, to do a 0 stop. But anyway,
so yeah, we have
first.
Yeah, you run through the order.
First got Perfume, second Dan Sinclair, Dobby third, Alonso 4th, Carl 5th, Technic Gaming 6th, Kevin 7th, Kev 8th, Matt 9th, Graham in the top 10, and then you've got Sway, Weiberg, RW, Kalsberg, someone else not in the top 10. Fool, they came in quickly. I tell you what, for a wet setup, if that's what Perfume's using, that was.
Oh yeah, that is a fantastic lap time. But then again, I think I did that once in my league race a couple of months ago around Hungary. I used a wet setup in the dry, and it was so quick. But then the problem is that the tyres ended up overheating in the rain, so I ended up doing a 3-stop instead of a 2 on inters.
See how Perfume's internet holds up this week.
Here's our driver 2. keep an eye on, but also we've got to keep an eye on the drivers that didn't set that lap time, especially our championship leader of Calsper, starting towards the back. Let's have a look at tyres. They are on Inters.
Inters, yeah. There's Percy more, dear. He's already struggling.
Could have been a driver that didn't.
I need to quickly go to some yabby.
So yeah, we're just in this little damp start to our race. I'm not too sure whether it will dry up, but yeah, we have Perpetuum doing that. He improved to knock him off the top step for a few seconds, and we have Dobby doing fantastic stuff for Red Bull.